Hello, lovely people. So, this is going to be a work update, what's been going on, how it's going, being a nurse. But I'm currently at my clinic right now. I'm in one of the little offices that's tucked away. And my clinic is actually closed today, so that's why I have on a Selena shirt and not in my scrubs. But I have to come up here to do some of the paperwork part. So one of the good things about my clinic is even if they're closed, if you need to get your hours, you can come and do some of the paperwork parts that you're supposed to do um, on other days to come and get your hours. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so as far as what's been going on at work, how is it going, everything like that, overall, now it's been going pretty good. But at first I was struggling, like, oh my God, I was struggling so bad. And that's mainly because, in my opinion, I told you guys, we're basically in school for this certification. And pretty much what they teach you in class doesn't really coincide to what you're actually going to be doing once you're on the floor, basically. And so I was trying to do stuff according to the way the teacher is teaching us in class, but that's not the way that you're supposed to be doing it, and that's not the way that you're going to be doing it once you get on the actual floor. It's kind of like one of those things where if you've ever been to nursing school, then you know nursing world is perfect, but real life is something different. And a lot of times the stuff that you do in the real life world is not what the book says to do. So it's no different with this freaking certification thing. Plus, in my opinion, the way that the teacher is teaching it is not exactly clear, and she doesn't answer questions very well, and she doesn't like you to ask questions. So you end up kind of foggy on it. And so pretty much all of the, I guess you can say my coworkers, not really my classmates, but all of us, we are having to deal with it in our own way. And we're having to, basically figure it out with our preceptor, which is not entirely a bad thing because my preceptor is great. He's letting me do a lot. And so this week, well, this week has kind of sucked. I haven't really been able to do anything because if you can hear, I am sick. And of course, when you're sick, I know Monday I had to leave because I had a fever. And you can't be on the floor if you have a fever because fever equals contagious. And then yesterday, I still sounded horrible, so they did not want me on the floor again. So I was in the back doing paperwork on the computer, the usual or whatever. But the week before was actually really, really great. My preceptor let me do pretty much everything for every patient. I got to, start their IVs and, do all the vital signs, all the assessment, do all the stuff in the, what do you call it? The chart. Lord, I can't think. So I got to do all the documentation stuff, and we have to check their vital signs. While they're in the clinic every 30 minutes, I got to do pretty much everything, and I did it great. The week before that was a little rocky, oh my God. It seems like I could not get anything right, and it was really frustrating me. I could not stick the patients right. I was not doing right with the vitals, stuff that's elementary to me. I could not get it right, and I wasn't understanding. And so one guy, I had stuck him every time he's come in. I done did his IVs, everything, every time he's come in. And this time I infiltrated his vein, and I was like, "Are you serious? What's going on?" I was like, I'm not understanding. But my preceptor, he just pulled me to the side and he told me, he's like, basically I was giving myself a hard time. And so I told him, I was like, but in class, this is what they tell you to do. And he's like, that's not how you're actually going to do it once you get on the floor. He's like, I understand what they're telling you. He's like, but I've been doing this for, I think he said either 12 or 20 years. He's like, once you actually get on the floor, this is what's going to happen. It's not going to be what they're telling you to do in the in those books or whatever. And so I was like, okay. So once I listened to him and I started like following his lead, I was getting it every time, every time. So I was like, okay, whew, all right. But as far as the patients, you do still have some patients who they have their favorite nurses and techs, and those are the only people that they want touching them or doing anything to them, which is like, okay. Now, my preceptor, he do have some who they only want him to do stuff, but he started kind of like forcing them to let other people do stuff because he's like, he's not gonna be here all the time, which he's not, because he done took some days off like a few times when I've been here. And he's like, y'all have to learn. He's because it's me, and I think two other young ladies. Now one lady, she is experienced. She actually used to work with this company before, and then she left and now she's come back. So she really don't need no help. But the other young lady, she's like me. This is her first time working in this field or whatever. So like we need help with, or not really need help, but we need to get the experience with cannulating the patients. And like with me being a nurse, I need to be able to do these catheters and the heart caths and do different stuff like that. And I need to be able to assess your vital signs and assess you, make sure you're okay. Like, let me touch you, let me see. I need to be able to do those things. But if all of the patients only want these three people to do stuff, everybody else in the clinic is not going to be able to do anything. And that's going to make the patient have to be there even longer because you have to wait, because they have to handle their patients first, then come to you. So some of them have kind of figured that out, and they done, been like, okay, fine, well, you can go ahead and start my IV, or you can go ahead and do whatever. But you can tell they're not happy about it. And so I had one patient that, kind of tried to be a jerk the other day, but it was just like, I pretty much ignored him, went ahead and finished doing what I was doing. And my preceptor, he was right there the whole time, and he was like, what you did was right, but for this patient, because he's a bigger guy, basically to get to his veins, you gotta go deep, like really deep. And so he showed me like how deep you have to go and like all that type of stuff. He's like, but for anyone else, you would have been right on the money, basically. So I was like, okay. And so I guess the guy kind of like, I guess after a while, I kind of felt like crap for being a jerk. And so he started trying to be nicer later, which I was just like, fine, whatever. It's not the first time a patient's been rude to me. Like, you gotta get used to that. When you're a nurse, you have to build up a thick layer, thick skin, because even though you're there trying to help people, a lot of times people don't see it as you trying to help them, or they see you trying to help them, but they're just angry and bitter in their own way, or they're just scared, and that's how they react when they're scared. They react with anger or whatever instead of fear. So it is what it is. But yeah, so that's really all that I have for you guys. Like I said, overall, it's been great. It's been cool. Not a whole lot's been really going on. Just, excuse me, just learning to stick people and all that type of stuff. I do take my certification exam. I think I take it on Monday, this coming Monday. Yeah, so I take it this coming Monday, and then that's it. And I think I get ready to go on my own, where I'll be able to work with the patients by myself next month. It's at the beginning of next month. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can learn, because I'm gonna be by myself with these freaking patients, and I want to be able to get like fast with it, because like the faster you are, like the better with, I guess, the stress level with trying to get the patients in and out, and get their labs drawn, and get everything set up for the doctor when the doctor comes in, and get everything ready for your charge nurse so she can come over and do the admission assessment and like all that type of stuff. So because even though I am a nurse and I can technically assess, I can't do like the initial assessment and anything like that, because I am not an RN, so that's not in my scope of practice, and I'm not the charge nurse, because here at this clinic only the charge nurse can do it. So No, I'm lying. The charge nurse is supposed to do it, but if there's other RNs in the building, the RNs as well can do them. So cool, whatever. But I'm not either yet, but that is coming. And you know, I'm going to document all of that too. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about anything that's going on with me currently, anything that went on with school, wedding stuff, whatever, comment, let me know. I am working on a few wedding videos. They are going to take some time to come out though, because I have to get all the stuff in. I'm still waiting for a lot of the stuff to come in before I can start like piecing stuff together. And then there is like certain things that I'm not sure if I want to share just yet, because I kind of do want it to be like not really a surprise, but I don't want to show everything that's going to go on with the wedding already, and we're still like 9 months away. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.